It has before, so I hope it still does it. Any problem, call Chevy. We got the whole manual, the shop manual, the Chevy chassis manual. You got more paperwork than you know what to do with, I'm afraid. There's a whole bunch of it. Okay, up front, the TV. So that drawer is a digital converter for the outside antenna and a VCR, both in here. So you have to open the door in order to power outlet in here, 12-volt outlet, the amplified antenna stuff. Got speakers there are for the auto radio up front only, and they're also in the rear by the bed. Here's the inside-outside thermometer. It actually registers. The memory will tell you what your highest temperature was and lowest during the week or whatever. Back here on the driver's side behind the curtain and between the two cabinets, there's a little box. That little black box is a volume control for the surround sound system. It's a master control you set, and you won't ever touch it probably, but I've got it set to where your sound will be good from the amplifier that's mounted back behind the two chairs. There's one little wire coming off the stereo jack is what goes to the amplifier, which has a bass booster and two left and right speakers that do the surround sound. The speakers are mounted on each side back by the chairs, and the bass booster with its own volume control on it is behind the chair also. It's plugged in above the chair on the passenger side. This fan, this oscillates, and it's mounted above the convection type heater. It's called a Blue Flame. It's an electronic ignition. It's got a pilot light, so it cuts off and on, thermostatically controlled. No battery power, no electricity needed. So it's 10,000 BTU. It will probably warm you up too much. You have to leave something vented though. Of course, there's the coffee maker, convection microwave, all the papers are there. The control panel tells you what all your fluid levels are. Turn on your water pump, turn your hot water heater, turn on your outside porch light by the driver, water heater, gas igniter. You'll hear a whoosh when the water heater comes on. It's hot water in about 8 minutes. Turn it off when you're finished. You don't need to waste the gas. Here's that Dometic automatic refrigerator. Got a big freezer. And let me turn the light on. It's a nice refrigerator. Never got to use it. They've got tape on it in places. Back above the mirrored closet, that's a power inverter, I guess you call it. It has the battery charging stuff to charge the batteries and run these 12-volt lights. I guess that's what you call it. Yeah, that's what it does. It takes 110 volts. I don't know, I quite understand it, but I know it's what does everything. Plus, there's a circuit breaker in there for your 110 volt wiring and your 12 volt wiring, circuit breakers and fuses. A little pin locks these two doors together, so you have to have them lined up right so it'll fit through one hole into the second hole in the second door. It keeps them from sliding open. That's what that does. Okay, inside that closet door there's a power converter. It gives you 110 volts to run the backup camera and to run the outlets at the rear. For if you don't have an electric fan overnight, that's 110 volt, and you don't have your generator running, you're not plugged in. So there's a 12 volt socket and the antenna amplifier, 110 volt socket. We've got extra sockets down here because also we got the digital converter here, we got the DVD player here, pointing in the right place, because you got lights above it. This is just storage. And here's the TV that it runs at the rear. Light switch to turn on the lights at the rear. If you have them on already at the rear, you can turn them off and on right here. That's one of the detectors. I can't read it in here. Rear view camera when the curtain's all open, and you can point it up and down, left and right. But I like to see a little bit of the horizon. And when I'm backing up, if I see anything start to disappear below me in that thing, I know I'm too close. That's my key. It's a wide angle lens. It's infrared also, but I have little covers over the infrared so it won't reflect in the window. Okay, these switches above the bed, there's two AC type switches, which is what they are. They let you switch when you're at a park. You can only use 30 amp, you can only use one AC at a time. This lets you select which one. So if you Try to turn on your bedroom AC and you're plugged in and it doesn't work, come back and flip the switches opposite direction. Also, if in the middle of the night, if you get real cold, you can just reach up and flip those switches the other way and it'll turn off that AC without hurting it. So that's what that is. Thermostat for the furnace. It's a standard normal thermostat, nothing unusual. And hang clothes over here. And the 11,000 BTU air conditioner, it has a heat strip in it, so it will warm up your house a little bit in the morning when it's cold. That's only like 1,000 watts, 800 watts, so it won't heat the whole house. It just takes the cold chill off. Okay, this power converter I was talking about, also if your 12 volts gets low and you're running it overnight, and you'll hear an alarm go off, and a beep, a squealing sound or a beeping sound. That tells you better turn this thing off or get up and turn your generator on or run your engine. The engine will also charge the batteries, all the batteries. So when you hear that beep, it says you're down to about 10 volts. So that keeps you from running your batteries down. There's a little red on and off switch. It needs to be on. And with that fan running, you can hear it in order to have any of this stuff back here at the rear work. And you can even run a little TV off of it if you plug it into it. Under bed storage, the bed has hydraulic lifters that don't help much, but they sort of take the weight off when you raise it. The water tank is way up there from about where the pillows are, back halfway back. That's a big water tank and the water pump. And over on the right side, on the bottom of that water tank underneath there is a drain that you can totally drain the last drop out of that tank. It's hard to get to. I've never used it, but I've looked at it and saw it. Okay, bathroom, everything's normal. That switch, in case you didn't turn on your water and you're in the bathroom, you hit that switch and it does turn on the water, so it'll run no matter what. These doors have little locks on them. I'm going to undo so I can open this door. You can turn it into your own little, much larger bathroom by doing this door like this. Okay, it has a shower spray nozzle. If you got your water on and you want to wash the final little bit out of here, if you pull this lever just a little ways, it lets that shower nozzle spray. And then when you put it all away, it turns off the shower nozzle and it actually does the flush. So it does two functions. Just comes out of there and just clean everything out. You never want to let this valve down here close. Turn on the water. You never want to let that valve close with paper in it. Just turn on the water. You want to make sure all the paper runs out of that area, because that slider valve will get caught in the gasket and it can mess up your seal. Of course, the shower is hot and cold water. And the normal shower head you can adjust and turn off and on if I can find it. Where are you? I'm in the wrong place. Anyway, you always use as little water as you can. Just get wet, soak down real good, and then rinse it off. Because you just stand there and run water, you can fill up tanks pretty quick. Skylight above it. And the fan above it has a switch you can turn off and on. It's a noisy little booger. Lights off and on. The furnace is down here behind a door, below the silverware drawer, below the little stove. That's where the furnace is. That's a gas detector of some type. Here's that surround sound power woofer that has a on-off switch and it has a volume control on it. It really basically only adjusts the amount of the woof, the real deep bass sounds, but if it's too much bass for you, you can change the volume control. And it plugs in here, that outlet there. Okay, we're up front now. I've got the house battery hooked up, the little red light's on. I'm going to start the generator. You start it in sharp bursts. Generator. Do another one. You do that because you want to be able to pump the gas from the electric pump that's pulled from that tank at the rear. You don't want to let it crank real long because it's a big drain on your batteries. One of those circuit breakers will pop. So the book says just do it in short, 3 or 4 second bursts till it starts. Yeah, I'm about to croak in here, so I'm going to turn on this big roof air. It is hot. On, up, all the way to high. That's a little cold. That's your crank up all the way up. And then you can grab this knob here and rotate the antenna for your best signal. To close it, you have to rotate this point back. There's 2 areas here have to line up. And then you can crank it down. And if they line up, it won't work. You'll see the 2 points that have to line up right there. That little thing there, I can't begin to tell you what it is. I'm keeping it in here. It's a little handle with a little funny tip on it. It goes to do something, but I'm leaving it here. You'll find some use for it somewhere. Okay, looking at the dash, I want to turn on I've got the backup camera on, the generator's running, so we got power. I want to turn on this backup camera. There's a little red button here that turns on all of this, turns all this stuff on here, because that whole thing is plugged in down here to the cigarette lighter, that whole block. Okay, the TV did come on. Right now it's looking at the Venetian blind, so that's not valid for now. Here you got your mirror controls, both mirrors. You got the heated mirror switch right there. Of course, the normal radio. That was that generator switch to turn it off and on right there. It says generator, one on the right. This is an altimeter we used in the mountains just to, we like to know how high up we were, if the engine was struggling or whatever. And that's we use that in our Jeeps, but I'm going to leave it in here. That tells you your angle of attack, left to right, up and down. Normal air conditioning stuff. The air conditioner is really fabulous. CB radio. That switch right here turns on the fans, both sides. Up front, both sides, and it turns on that light. It's your map light. If you don't want that light on, there's a switch on it, you can turn it off. So that's pretty simple, cut and dry on both sides. You got a light, map light, and a fan. I'm going to turn it off for now. Okay, the hour meter for the generator hasn't worked in quite a while. It clicks, but there's something wrong with the little gear in it, and it doesn't actually jump to the next phase. Okay, here's your park light and your main light. Here's your park, and the other one's your big headlights. This is your dimmers for your dash lights. Of course, here's your angle gauge. That switch there, I originally rigged up to turn on the electric fan up front, but it doesn't need it. It comes on automatic, and I didn't realize that, so it's nothing now. It's just sitting there doing nothing. Driver's door has a handle and a lock on it. Down here's a baseboard heater, which when you got power, just uses hardly no power at all. It's got the all version. When we use it, just sit along the wall, and it's really nice, quiet, no sound. You don't have to use gas or electricity. Well, electricity, but no gas, no fan anyway. Okay, you're gonna hear the generator. I just opened the driver's side door because I want to show you a box down here. That box right there. That very box has a little tiny black button on the left side of it. If you push that button down, when you push that button, it jumpers the house batteries to your engine batteries. That way, if your engine battery is dead, you can hold that button down and turn the key and start the motor home by using your house batteries. Emergency brake, or the mechanical part of the brake, is down here. That's mechanical. Always the floor, always. Normal power brake and gas. Everything is normal. Tilt wheel to cruise control.